Well, it appears a $75 million ad campaign that reached 11.4 billion people worldwide and sparked a political spat wasn't quite enough for Premier Doug Ford. He is once again reaching out to American audiences to condemn U.S. tariffs on Canada, this time tapping into Blue Jays' pride to drive his message home. Doug Ford's op-ed was published in the Washington Post on Friday ahead of Game 6 of the World Series. In it, he writes, "For the first time in more than 3 decades, the Toronto Blue Jays are competing for the World Series, and the timing couldn't be better. Canada and the United States are neighbors, allies, and best friends. Free trade between our two countries has ushered in decades of unprecedented wealth and prosperity, creating millions of jobs on both sides of the border. U.S. tariffs on Canada's economy have tested this long-standing partnership."
But it made the point about being cross-border friends, that baseball is one of those sports that you do compete, but you have a level playing field, and I think that's what he was getting at.
The op-ed was published just a week after Ford's anti-tariff ad campaign featuring former Republican President Ronald Reagan triggered Donald Trump to cancel trade talks with Canada.
The best ad that ever ran.
Earlier this week, Doug Ford staunchly defended the ad, telling reporters his anti-tariff messaging was effectively getting through to Americans, arguing Trump would use any excuse to stop trade talks.
If it wasn't the ad, he'd look out the door or the window, President Trump, and say, "Oh, the leaves have turned color. Let's stop." Believe me, President Trump is not putting a deal together to benefit Canada.
Should the fact that Trump canceled trade talks give the Premier pause before he puts out more of this messaging to Americans?
Well, I don't think it stopped him because he's already put out an op-ed. But the reality is that we don't know what's going on at the trade table. And you can't be seen to be sitting on the sidelines sort of going, well, you know what? I'm going to take a pass on this while you people negotiate.
And by the way, since pulling the Reagan ad, the Premier says it will cost taxpayers far less than the $75 million originally forecast, but his office hasn't provided us with a new figure yet. For City News, I'm Tina Yazdani.